Your future is in your now. And you always have a future, if you want to look at it that way. It means successive moments of now. And we are now, so we are beyond time. Never, it's like one of the things I do is that, if I'm sleepy, I take a rest. And then when I'm not sleepy anymore, I get up and I do whatever I need to do because, tuning into how my body likes it and how that works best for me and whatever it is that I want to do. So anyway, your future is in your now. And what we tend to do is the present and the past, these are still time. You're not present. That's not it. But when we start to look at what we want in the future, it has to be coming from your memory of what's possible. And then what would you say, the more we conform to what we've been taught or what we've learned or what we've witnessed or experienced, those thoughts, those concepts, those beliefs make reality boxes in a sense. And that each of us, we have all these reality boxes. We need to know that we're beyond reality. We are beyond the outer effects. And when we look at our future, since the future doesn't exist, and the past is just in your mind, if in this moment of now, you are feeling the way you want to be feeling in the future, doing what you want to be doing in the future, being the kind of person now that you want to be in the future. And it's like we've been taught, in a sense, trained to always fear failure, always a fear of future failure. In school, we're taught that. Pass or fail. If you're an F, you get an F, you're ridiculed. That's one way we get all controlled. Everybody laughs at this person. And then people can't tolerate the laughing because they give those people who are laughing at them the power to take away their joy and their own bliss. And you gave it away. You gave it away. When this moment, being all that is all that there is, because it's you're all that there is. And we are part of the greater all that there is, or ever will be, or has been, or all, whatever label name you could give it, it's transcendental to that, because those are all describing, in a sense, this three-dimensional reality. And when we are looking into the future to have something or prevent something from the past from happening again, or having something we've seen other people have or doing, we're still in these reality boxes and limiting ourselves. And how we're limiting ourselves is we're limiting ourselves to being the effect of our own effects, allowing the outer creation to then control and dominate the creator person, the artist. So if you could get the feeling inside of how you'd feel if you had nothing to worry about. When I wrote Live Your Bliss, this was what was very powerful. The situation I was in. and how that I got out of that. It was like being in a kind of a psychopathical relationship, in a sense, where the person was a predator of my own energy and myself. And how they can also do that is to make you believe and think that they're more powerful than you, and then you become afraid of them because of their insanity, really, their craziness. And what I got was you've got to train yourself to be steady, holding your state of consciousness, of being, without reacting and allowing everybody and everything to jerk your emotions, your feelings, your thought, everything around, so that you're just being the effect always of whatever is going on. And then what we're doing in the now is we're living in fear of future failure, or not getting what we want, or hope it'll get better someday when this happens and that happens and this happens and that, get rid of that and more and blah blah and all that, when I could escape. Doesn't work that way. What I did is I got myself into the state. I practiced because I knew what that person would do and how it would jolt me. So I trained myself as I practiced in my mind, made a new habit, that when that happened, I stayed calm. And then in my time, I practiced being in my meditation and my feeling and the love of the self. And I love you, God, is a really cool one. If you're talking with your divine self, I don't mean out there somewhere in somebody else's idea. It's, yes, you're complete, you're whole. And so I practiced that. And by staying in that state, when I attained that state, all of a sudden, one day I was lifted out of that experience, never to go back again, ever. Done. And it's consciousness. All is consciousness. That's why everything that's taught to us, we see, we hear, it's all programming in a sense. It is all forming our consciousness. You want your pure consciousness, your godlike divine consciousness. Yes. And it's almost like it's be there now. It's like always when we think of prosperity, or we think of manifestation, or we think of the future, it's everybody's worried about not so much as death, but how it will happen. But you can't die. And if you're in the now, and in that moment, when you have lifted your consciousness or changed it somehow, and the form changes or drops or whatever that is, you're still in the now. It's still you being. And then when you're peaceful, happy, all of these, no one can take that from you or give it to you. We're spending so much energy to control others, to get out of control of others, to don't ask permission to be who you are. Don't think that's coming from someone else to tell you, you join this group and now you'll have these rights and we'll do this and that. You don't need somebody telling you how you're supposed to be so we could conform to another group. We already are unified. And so I know who you are, because that's who I am. And yet you're who you are, as distinct and different from who I am. Yeah. So your future is in your now. If you're just in consciousness and in feeling and being and behaving as you want to be someday, be there now. And then in the breathing of it, being in nature, being in self without allowing the mind to control you. You're beyond mind control. That's local traffic.